What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Heroes of the Storm, and today we are going to be playing Ragnaros. I don't know why, I just felt like it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, let me know how you're feeling about the videos, if they're exciting, if they're teaching you anything, if you even want to say how much you love them. I know they're great. Team comps today are going to be Sergeant Hammer, Lieutenant Morales, Ragnaros, Abathur, Zeratul versus Tassadar, Rhaegar, Nova, Greymane, and Li-Ming. This game is weird. We're just going to leave it with that. Number one, first of all, most important, this game is fucking weird. This match, I suppose. We all know the game is weird because it's built that way. But anyway, if you haven't seen Ragnaros in a while, well, I know you haven't on this channel, but if you're at all curious, Ragnaros' Q ability is called Empower Sulfuras. This is an auto attack modifier. We're going to hit our Q button, and our next auto attack is going to come out immediately. We're going to heal for some damage, and then we're going to die. Just immediately die at level 1. Because I thought I could go out into the middle of the lane and soak some XP, but apparently I can't because I'm bad. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. It's going to do damage in an area, and it's going to do... It's going to heal us for 20% of the damage? Okay, it's going to heal us for 40% of the damage against heroes. So that's good. Got to make sure to land your Q on heroes, even though you can also hit minions. So it's probably Rag's second best form of clear, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Our W is going to be a living meteor. It's just going to rain a rock down from outer space. It's going to travel along a path. It's going to do some damage, and that's it. Does not do anything else besides its damage in a line. And seeing as how it does all its damage in a path, unless the person is walking along that path, they're only going to take so much damage from the ability. So if you catch them running away, though, it feels good when they die from not moving. Not that they do that a lot. Our E, which is our best form of clear, especially with this build, is called Blast Wave. This is going to put a big old circle on us that is going to increase our movement speed by 25% for 1.5 seconds before exploding and dealing damage to nearby enemies. Now, why is this our best wave clear? Because our level 1 talent is called Engulfing Flame. Oh my god. It's going to increase that damage by 75% and the radius by 15%. So 122 damage to nearby enemies, increased by 75% of that is about 90 damage, 90-ish damage. It's going to put it like over 200 damage. And let's see. I don't know. It just hits in a bigger area. It's better for clear. It's going to make things happen more often for you. And the later the later the game goes, the more damage it's going to do. I think eventually it's going to overtake Empower Sulfuras in the damage department. You know what? Maybe not. Our auto attacks are always going to do a shitload of damage with this build. And then our trait is called Molten Core. We're going to use... I'm just leaving. He's dead. I don't think we should be here any further. I'm going to go soak some lanes. We'll keep an eye on what they're doing down here, though, because I don't think they want to leave. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting out? It's like stuff keeps happening, but then it doesn't. And that's okay. We're up here clearing out the giants. It's okay that the enemy team has the tribute. It's only the first one. But Molten Core, basically you're going to sit yourself in a building or the corpse of a building, and you're going to turn into a giant building man. And what do I mean by that? Well, you're going to see it eventually in this video, but Ragnaros gets fucking huge. He gets a whole new health bar that rapidly depletes over... what's the time frame on it? 18 seconds. So after that 18 seconds, we come out of building form, and we're back to normal with whatever health that we went into the building as. When you go into building mode, or Molten Core, if we want to be technical about it, your Q becomes this huge stun in a 180-degree arc in front of him, wherever we aim it, and your W becomes just a group of 3 meteors that drops down in a line, and then your E is a big rune that is going to explode after sitting on the ground for a wee bit of time. It's really a lot of damage, and if they are close to you when you are in Molten Core, that stun is going to be absolutely ridiculous in terms of engage and just team killing potential. It's really good. We've already gotten the bottom fort down, so Morales and Sergeant Hammer are going to be making their way up here to the middle lane to take hold, I suppose. Because the enemy team really just does not seem to know how to deal with this, which is a little bit... it just leads into more and more about the state of quick match as a game mode in general, because this is really bad for the enemy team. It's great for our team because most of us seem to know how to play around it, but they're having a bitch of a time dealing with it. I wanted to take that camp, but I don't think I can with 13 seconds on the clock. Ragnaros can take the night camp, though, with this build by himself, and he can do it without losing a lot of health, which is really good. Ragnaros' camp clear, I have to hand it to him. It's awesome, and I didn't realize that it was up until very recently. Nova dying to Abathur Mines, Zeratul, and Abathur Hat. Oh my god, well, thanks for the kill, Ragnaros, I suppose. I mean, Rhaegar, other R guy. Gonna go ahead and stun the Tassadar with our ult, chase him down with our E. Zeratul's in here as well, gonna blink over. He's not going to live. The blistering attacks take him out, which leads me into our build. Level 1, I already told you, Engulfing Flames, it's just going to be the best for what it is. There's no quest on it, it's just damage, it's good. Number 4, level 4, is going to be Catching Fire, and after 15 globes, we're going to get 18.75 health regen, and an activatable key that lets us have 25 armor. So, we're getting instantly more tanky as soon as we get... Well, press the button after we get the globes, which is always nice, because you gotta be in melee range most times with Ragnaros to get the most out of his abilities. We're gonna kill the fountain first, because minions always target the closest building to them, and I want them all to be focused on the fort here. So, the enemy team's still preoccupied with this, and it's honestly terrifying to me as a player that this happens a lot in quick match. But anyway, we're going to let the minions do what they're going to do on that building. Blistering attacks is what we're going to take at level... Oh my god, you're going to live? Holy shit, you did. You lived. They're ragdoll. Oh my god, the body physics when they get killed by the Sulfuras smash. I fucking love it. Blistering attacks, though, is a passive ability. Every 10 seconds, Ragnaros' next basic attack is going to deal 60% bonus damage. Hitting enemies with basic abilities reduces this cooldown by 1 second. So, what does that mean? Anytime that we hit someone with a couple ticks of our living meteor, it's going to reduce the cooldown. Our blast wave, big AoE, going to reduce the cooldown. Our Q, big AoE, going to reduce the cooldown. And that just means that we're going to slap people really hard. Oh my god, Hammer, you can't walk up there, my man. Just gonna get in building mode before we instantly die here. Stun everybody hanging out. Everybody's getting behind the Ragnaros building because this is how... Ooh, nice. Canceling the ancestral heal. I think we need to leave now, though, because as much as I want to stay, I don't. I still have my ult. I'm just trying to get in front of Morales to block the snipes that didn't happen. So that's cool. I have plenty of health now, so I can go back in. Looks like we want to, but we don't. Okay. No, it's fine. We're just going to leave. All the buildings are pushed for the enemy team. There's a monstrosity in the bottom lane. Plenty of minions in the top lane that curse, doing all of the passive pushing for us. Holy shit, words are hard today. Yeah. So anyway, 60% bonus damage on your auto attacks is very strong because Ragnaros, he's kind of an AD caster. What do I mean, like an auto attack caster. Like a lot of his damage still comes from his auto attacks because you got to reset him, number one, with your Q, but you're also going to get blistering attacks to dump a whole bunch of damage on top of that as well. Your W, the damage is inconsistent at best, and your E is sometimes you want to use it as an escape. So your most consistent form of damage with Ragnaros is autos, and having a hard-hitting auto attack is going to be very important for what you want to do when you bruise people with him. That being said, though, Sulfuras Smash is the most underappreciated talent in the entire game. Bar none, nothing is more underappreciated. Nova, we can all see you. I mean, I see that you're going for the hero play. You're not going to kill everybody with a precision strike. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to ruin your hopes and dreams. Yours too, Ming. Yeah. Squishies do not survive the smash. Now, the ability is it's a huge area. It is a ranged stun and slow. If you hit him with the center of the ability, it's going to deal 1,070 damage at level 16. And it's going to stun people for 0.5 seconds, which is insane to me. And if you hit him with the outer circle, it's just going to slow them. Still deal damage, not as much, obviously, but it's still going to be very good. Oh no, Zeratul dead. Oh no, I'm going to die too. Oh no, it doesn't matter. The game is over. We didn't even get through the entire build with the character before the game ended. And if you're looking at our comp, I know you're asking what the fuck even happened, but it did. And I don't know if I'm okay with that, you know? It's just... Y'all are mean. Yeah, I agree. We're definitely mean. We bullied those poor players out of existence. It's just so unfortunate for them. So how do we do on damage? Number 3 in the room. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Anyway, the final build. No, I didn't get 13 or 16. 13 is Tempered Flame. It is going to give us a shield for 100% of the damage dealt for 3 seconds. Given that we're doing increased damage at level 1, the shield is going to get bigger. It's going to be good. And then at 16, I took Giant Scorcher because I was getting away with hitting people with McHugh quite a bit, and doing the extra damage with Giant Scorcher was making things a bit easier for me to continue killing people. But in most situations, I would take Blast Echo, which is the one that's going to give us 2 instances of our E. So you can put it on an ally, and they're going to move faster, and they can potentially do damage with their shield. Or not with their shield, with the E. And then it is going to pop another one onto Ragnaros later, so he can also move quick and do damage, and then potentially get some shields from that too. It's really good, especially synergizes very well with the other E talents, but Giant Scorcher is just for the burst damage, honestly. It is over time, but it's 9% of the maximum health of the character that you hit, and your Q's on a pretty low cooldown, so it's very good for whacking people, you know, especially frontliners, big tanky boys. Not that there were any of those on the enemy team. Is that an auto attack, Dazzador? Interesting. I still think Argon needs to be nerfed, but that's a conversation for another time. And then this game, like, if you don't look at this team comp and think, okay, what? There's a problem. So, typically, Lieutenant Morales and Sergeant Hammer, they're going to be buddied up, sure. But they had such huge amounts of freedom in this game, especially with the Abathur hat, and then myself and Zeratul soaking the off lanes. The fact that the enemy team did not in any way try to pressure them or stop them from doing what they were doing on the buildings is a huge failing of Quick Match as a game mode, because it took 5 people, stuck them together, and none of those 5 people were willing to say, hey, let's go stop that, or hey, let's go deal with Hammer. And that is just not okay. And I think the mindset in this specific game mode is like, oh, fuck it, we'll just go on to the next one. But the enemy team has plenty of ability to kill Sergeant Hammer and Lieutenant Morales, especially with Rhaegar, Nova, Ming, and Greymane. And they just didn't take it. And I don't really know why. I don't want to say it's just because all players are bad, but it just feels like the players were really bad. I don't know. Maybe commentary on quick matches it's just that. It's never going to change. I don't think Blizzard has any plans to make it better, but the chaotic nature of the game mode is really just disappointing sometimes, you know? Anyway, thanks for hanging out. If you made it this far, thanks for going through that rant. And I will be back next week with some more new stuff. We'll be on the new patch next week with Diva and Gazlo, so we're going to dig into those, and we'll probably pick up the lightning build for Alarak as well, because I do want to get back into that with some of the buffs that he's getting on the patch as well. But thanks so much for hanging out. Have yourself a fantastic day and weekend, and I hope you come back. I don't know what I was going to say there. Bye.